Hello everybody, it's Timus the Fox again, and welcome to a brand new video made by yours truly. So in my recent live Q&A, some people have asked me who my first filmmaker was, and basically I answered by saying that it's Miraibaby, a ginger suits. I hope I'm saying that name right, by the way. And you can find her on Facebook, you can find her on Furfinity, and she makes fantastic suits. And that's the first filmmaker that I commissioned my fursuit from. I highly recommend her. She had excellent service, excellent response rate. If I had any questions or any problems, she would be able to answer very quickly, basically. She was also very keen on asking me what do I like in particular, what kind of style, or you know, what would complement the character Timus. And basically I did that and whatever. But I highly recommend Miraibaby. You should totally check her out on her Facebook page or Furfinity. I will also leave a link in the description so you can check out her page, look at her fantastic photos, look at what she's made, and see if maybe she could be your future fursuit maker, just like she was for me. I got this fantastic fursuit for under $1,000. I love this fursuit, and it appears that a lot of people love it also. People have been commenting to me that it is very high quality. The fur is very high quality. Today I'm going to talk about my experiences with Miraibaby, a ginger suits, my fursuit maker, and basically the history that led up to me getting my fursuit this year. It all started when I was looking for fursuit makers. One of the bigger fursuit makers that I was looking for to commission my fursuit were the following: Mischief Makers, Twinkie Arts, Made For You. When I have found out that most of them had out of quotes, so basically I couldn't commission a fursuit, and plus I had a feeling that they weren't going to really convey Timus properly, in my opinion. And please don't kill me. I love these fursuit makers. I love Mischief Makers, I love Twinkie Arts, I love Made For You, I love all of them. I went and searched for smaller venues that could probably fulfill my image for Timus. And remember, image is everything, quite honestly. So after a few weeks of researching, trying to find fursuit makers and maybe see if they fit under my budget and so on and so forth, I began to realize that I couldn't really get a fursuit with one full paid payment. I had to do it by monthly. So I had to pay my fursuit roughly $100 a month per se in order to get it. So I found Miraibaby one day on Furfinity, and it was completely random. I was just searching for fursuits. I was basically looking for fursuit commissions on Furfinity. I stumbled upon her, and I looked at her photos both on Furfinity and Facebook, and I was very intrigued by her style. There was something about her fursuits that really caught my eye, and I said, you know what? I'm going to get a quote from her. I checked her website, and she was open for commissions, but I just wanted to double check because her page wasn't updated in a while, so I just wanted to double check. So I messaged her on Messenger. I told her I was interested in a partial fursuit, and we basically talked about everything. She gave me the disclaimer of the fursuit, yada yada yada. For those of you who don't know, Miraibaby, a ginger suits, she only makes partial fursuits. She does not make any full suits as of yet. So I'm sorry for anybody who's trying to look for full suits, but she is not the maker for you. Yeah. Sorry. So this was around November. I went to Miraibaby and we kept talking and talking. I sent her my reference sheet and she said, okay, I need your measurements. So in November, I had finally gotten myself a fursuit maker that I got in touch with and I got a quote from. So everything was going fine. I was very confident in her skills. I was very confident in her style. Remember, fursuits are a big commitment, ladies and gentlemen. Fursuits are a really huge commitment. You have to be very confident in yourself that you want a fursuit, that you'll take care of it, and that you will never let it get away from you, basically. And I was very sure of it. Another thing to keep in mind is that I researched Miraibaby Ginger suits before I went ahead and asked her for a quote. The reason why is because sometimes you get these unknown fursuiters who claim to be amazing and great, and they come out with good fursuits, but they end up having terrible quality. The fursuit breaks within a few days to a few weeks to a few months, or they flat out lie and they scam your money and you end up losing everything and you get a terrible fursuit. And I did not want that. I wanted to double check with her. So I began asking several fursuiters who had commissioned from Miraibaby Ginger suits. I chatted with several fursuiters who had commissioned Miraibaby for their fursuits, and they all told me that she is fantastic, the fursuits are very durable, and they highly recommended her. So November passes, 2016 goes by, here comes the new year, and she has asked me to send measurements to her, but I didn't know how to take measurements. So this was a really big problem for me. The good thing was I was still in college and I was basically a part of the theater program there at my university at UCF. So I asked the theater department, hey, can you guys help me with measurements? I need to have a costume made for me. It's sort of a costume character, animal costume character, mascot, whatever. And they said, okay, we can't do it right now. You're gonna have to wait about a week or two. And I said, okay, I'll wait. Here comes 1 or 2 weeks and I come back to the theater and I have my measurements taken. I have my hands taken, my hand measurements taken, because that's something that she asked for my paws. And then she asked for my head measurements, which I also took. And basically that was it. Those were the measurements I needed. But there is also another thing that she needed from me. And what that was a duct tape dummy. Now, for those of you who don't know what a duct tape dummy is, it's something that you're gonna have to make in order for the fursuit maker to be able to make your arms and your fursuit body if you want those. So I wanted the arms, so here they are, but I needed to make a duct tape dummy out of it. So after several weeks of trying to figure out how to do it, I assembled everything together. I had a very lovely volunteer, my mother, and my sister as well. Both of them helped me put the duct tape dummies together. It was actually one duct tape dummy, I apologize. It was a arm sleeve, basically. They had duct taped my arm from my shoulder to my wrist. And once we had the cast made, I had it shipped to San Diego where her venue is. I waited, and then she finally received it and she said, okay, everything's good to go. And I said, yay, everything's good to go. So I had my duct tape dummy made and I had my measurements sent to her. And this was around early March, early to late March. So she began working on my fursuit. Now she said that the fursuit would be finished by spring 2017. It wasn't finished until July. Now that wasn't a big problem to me because I wasn't going to attend Anthrocon anyway. But it kind of made me a little bit ticky with how much delay there was. But honestly, it was worth it. Okay, I had to wait a little bit longer for the fursuit, but it's worth it. I mean, look at this fursuit. The quality is beautiful. The fursuit head is beautiful. It was completely worth it, even though I had to wait longer. Some fursuit makers have you wait longer, and they turn out with less than stellar quality. And all that you've waited for was for nothing, and now you're angry at the fursuit maker. That wasn't the case with me and Miraibaby ginger suits. I waited longer, but I got what I wanted exactly, and I love it. And then she sends the first pictures of Timus in his foam base, and I was really excited to finally see a little piece of Timus come together. Then finally, after months of waiting, around 8 months I would say, I finally saw my fursuit head, my fursuit paws, my fursuit tail, and my fursuit arm sleeves. And I was going crazy because it was so amazing how she put everything together and how beautiful Timus the fox turned out. And I was really proud of her. I was really proud of her hard work and dedication to the project. And basically after that she shipped it, and around late July I have received my fursuit in the mail. And I was really excited. I unboxed it, I tried it out, and I was so happy. I went back to her and said, "You are so amazing. Thank you so much. I have a fursuit now. Yes, what I've been waiting for years is finally a reality, and it is amazing." So I left a thank you note to her, telling her thank you for the hard work and everything, and she responded. And after that I went to Megaplex 2017, which was my first furry convention, and that's actually the very first time I had tried out Timus in a convention, and I was really proud of it. So that's my story of me and my first filmmaker and how the process kind of went. I'm pretty sure I'm missing some details, a little bit of details, but I'm sure they're not that big. But yes, so Miraibaby Ginger Suits is a fantastic fursuit maker. She only makes partial fursuits so far, but I do think that she's starting to experiment with full suits, so you should definitely check her out. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check out her Facebook and her Fur Affinity and see for yourselves whether or not you're interested in getting a commission from her. But anyways, that's the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Mwah.